Good morning. Welcome to the Alpine Church of Spiritual Living this morning. I'm going to be reading the thought for the week, and you can join me if you're in the room out the bottom where it's in the bolded area. As we approach the season of spring this month, I've chosen fruits of the Spirit as our theme. Galatians 5:22 reads, "But the fruits of the Spirit are love, joy, peace, patience, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, self-control. There are no laws against these. Let us therefore live in the Spirit and surrender to the Spirit." Unquote. It seems to me that we are being instructed to live in the Spirit and surrender to it, and if we do so, we will enjoy Spirit's beautiful fruits. The first two fruits listed are joy, love, and joy. I think they pair nicely together. Who wouldn't want more love and joy in their lives? Living in love releases us from all sorts of negative and draining energy. Love is accepting and welcoming to all. Love softens our hearts and helps put a smile on our face. Joy also does that for us as well. There is quite a difference between being joyful and happy. Happiness tends to come to us based on outside circumstances. However, joy is a much deeper feeling and experience. It doesn't depend on anything outside us. To be open and receptive to the love and joy of the Spirit means we value our time with Spirit. It means we see with the eyes of God, knowing as we surrender to the Spirit, we are guided and directed to our highest and best good. God's love for us is unending, and it behooves us to reflect that love back out into our world. Greet each soul with highest regards. Look at everyone as your brother or sister, for we are all one family, children of God living in its kingdom here and now. Say with me, I am eager to surrender my life to the Spirit and live with love and joy in my heart today and always. Thank you. So as I was making my thoughts, training them to what am I going to talk about in March and what is this going to be about, I'm thinking about spring, which is rapidly approaching, and spring is a time to release the winter dread, all the coldness and the winter elements. Boy, we in San Diego have been experiencing that quite a bit. Peter's car is still stuck under the snow. So good thing he has an extra one available that was not in Julian. So we're looking forward, though, to warmer weather, to things thawing out, and especially, gosh, those people in San Bernardino Mountains, boy, they really got dumped on, didn't they? So we are welcoming spring. And when I think about spring, I think about newness, about new growth, changes that are welcoming, that we want to have. So we're talking about this month the fruits of the Spirit, which I read in the thought for the week, what that Galatians scripture is all about. And I thought I'd just pick two a week to highlight. And so today we're going with love and joy. But at the same time, we're also, we handed them out last week, and if you didn't get yours, I've got more of these little books, the 40 Days of Letting Go, which is a Lenten season. This is from Unity. There's more in the back if you want to get a copy today. And so how is letting go, which we're reading now for the next less than 40 days, but started in late February, until Easter, how does that go along with fruits of the Spirit? You know, how do they go together? And so I think what we want to remember is that we are surrendering, letting go of what our egoic mind tells us that we need, that we want. And at the end of that Galatians scripture, it says, let us therefore live in the Spirit and surrender to the Spirit. So they do, both of them are congruent one with the other as we let go of the demands, of the expectations of the ego and allow ourselves to go into that arena of allowing the will of God, the will of love, the will of joy to lead and guide us, to be us. Because there's nothing outside of ourselves can give us greater joy and greater love than that which is within us, that higher self, that self with a capital S. As I was driving, in East County here, I see there's a new billboard, thank you. A new billboard up that's not far from Viejas, the casino, and it says, Infinite Rewards, Viejas Casino. Anybody else have noticed that? Infinite Rewards. And as I'm reading, I'm driving at Infinite Reward. Infinite? No, I don't think so. They're not going to give infinite rewards. What the heck's that all about, But I have to admit, I have to give credit to the marketing people that put that up there, because most of us were driving, oh my gosh, infinite, unending. Well, honey, they may want you to think that, but there is an ending to how many prizes they can give out at the casino, I'll tell you. But our ego, you see, is what it's speaking to. I want. Oh, I'm gonna get. And it's so challenging for we on this spiritual path, on this arena of life that we want to educate, mature in our spiritual growth, to recognize what is going on in the advertising industry, in our environment, whatever is coming at us, to know what are they appealing to? And to say, okay, thank you for sharing very much. I understand that, you're trying to, get people inside that casino. You have a goal. But we on the spiritual path can let that go. We don't have to be sucked into that arena. They say that love is a many-splendored thing. Love is a many-splendored thing, and that is so true, absolutely true. Yet it is strong, and it is gentle. There are so many things that we can think of that love is. Love is infinite. Love comes from that infinite spirit that indwells each and every one of us. We don't have to go looking outside for it. The same thing with joy. That joy is within us. Infinite, unlimited. We don't have to go looking for it outside of us. That love and that joy is our life. That's what we are. That's what is an amazing thing to recognize it. And most of the time, we don't give it enough credence. We don't give it enough attention. That, my goodness, this life that is living me, that's breathing me, is God. It's love. It is infinite. This spirit within me is infinite. This spirit that is within each and every one, each and everything, is infinite. It is our life. And when we can get, and I've said this before, when we can get our bloated nothingness out of the way of the divine circuits, when we can get that egoic self out of the way of the divine circuits, we can recognize what a gift we have been given to be on this earth plane and to learn to know the truth of what we are, that universal truth, that we are this love and this joy, and that we want to share that. We want to give it. We want to experience it more by multiplying it, by bringing it forth. You can't use it up. the more you use it, the more you stay in that love and in that joy, the more there is. It's amazing. You can't deplete it. You can't give it away. And so we, I believe, need to improve our awareness of universal truth and reality with a capital R that is around us. And obviously within us. Because whatever comes from within, we're going to see without. You know, we're making this whole thing up as we go. And so the cleaner, the purer, the more loving that we are within us, that is what we will be seeing and what we'll be reflecting and what we'll be experiencing in our lives. As I've been going through my meditations lately, I typically hear this: I am with you always. I am with you always. And lately, I've had a little shift to that. It has changed to, I am here. The shift is subtle, because when it says, I am with you always, it sounds like there's two. But when I say or think and feel, I am here, joins me with the one. I am here at every moment, whether I have my eyes closed in meditation or whether I have my eyes open driving down the road looking at a billboard. I am here. Very subtle. You know, we have billboards that scream at us, that look at us, that tell us things. But for us to really identify with the spirit within takes, I believe, a conscious decision to look for that. This spirit that is infinite, that is endless, that is so loving, so joyful, wants to live its life through us. It wants to have us bring out our individual talents that we have been given, to develop them, to bring them forth so that it can be shared with others. It's not going to make us do anything, though. It's going to sit quietly and allow us to come seek it. In the song that we just heard Marcy Bruce sing, you know, in a quiet moment, it can even make you laugh. And that type of a laugh is the joy that it gives. That type of a feeling of release, of freedom, that's the joy that spirit gives. And it is everywhere present. When we have it in ourselves and we see it everywhere, it's there. Hawkins, in the book we're reading, talks about walking down the street and seeing the beetle on his back, and the beetle is flanging his legs out because he's stuck on his back. And he says you walk by it and you notice it, but then you go back and you flip him over on his feet to just give him, you know, that feeling of, oh, good, I'm safe now. And I don't know how many, have you ever done that? I mean, I have. I imagine many of us have. It's like when I'm walking, you know, by the way, I'm in cardiac rehab now, so I'm going to the gym 3 times a week and building up my stamina so that I can walk further than I used to do, and so I am doing it better now. But in my walks, you'll walk along and you'll see like a piece of trash or something, and I'll walk past it and I'll think, no, I can go back and pick that up. And it's just that little voice that is subtle, but you know that if I follow it, it'll make me feel good. It was even like, literally, when it was about a year or so ago when we had the king snake in our kitchen, and I had the stick in my hand prodding him out the door, and I could tell, all of a sudden I had this sense, this recognition that, oh, he's so scared. It's like being poked, and all this. I thought, oh, honey, if you just go outside and you'll be happy. And sure enough, when he got outside, boy, he slithered down the crack in the deck and felt at home. And I thought, yeah, we have that innate connection when we are open to all of nature, all of life is living this life of God. So what a blessing we have to know this, to recognize it, and to want to, I believe, do our very best. Go back and pick up the trash, turn over the beetle, and know that I am here on a mission of God. I am here on a mission of love. I'm here on a mission of joy to bring forth more of that energy into the experience of life. It comes down, I believe, to feeling, acknowledging, and being one, to having unity, to having wholeness, to know that this one life of God is through all, totally, completely, perfectly. I know I have sung this before, and I wanted to share it today. I have my theme song that I changed the words to a familiar song. I changed them, and I sing that every day. And then after that, there's a little medley that comes with it. So I'm going to give you my little medley of songs and see if you can see the connection between them. I'm always finding rainbows, knowing good comes my way. My dreams can always be fulfilled as I love each day. Some fellows look and find the bluebird. I always look and find the sun. Some fellows make a winning sometimes. I always know my good will come. Believe me, I'm always finding rainbows, knowing God's ever-present goodness is mine. When the red, red robin comes bobbing along, there'll be no more sobbing when he starts throbbing his old sweet song. Wake up, you sleepyhead. Get up, get out of bed. Come on, cheer up, the sun is red. Live, love, laugh, and be happy. What if skies are blue? Now I'm walking through fields of flowers. Rain may glisten, but still I'll listen for hours and hours. I'm just a kid again, doing what I did again, singing a song. When the red, red robin comes bopping along. Up a lazy river by the old mill run, a lazy, lazy river in the noonday sun. Linger in the shade of a kind oak tree. Throw away your troubles, baby, dream with me. Up a lazy river with a robin's song greets a bright new morning where we can roll along. Blue skies up above, everyone's in love. Up a lazy river, how happy we will be. Up a lazy river with me. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know I am God. Be still and know I am God. Be still and know I